You're getting towards the pointy end of the programming. You've made a lot of progress. You're feeling quite good. Now we're going into a complex of doing one pull, and I'm allowing you to go into the toes now, or not allowing you, probably recommending that you try that toe extension now, and then do a floating power clean. So hopefully you can kind of see where I've gone through this, where I've taught the pull. I've gotten you exposed and comfortable with moving the bar from the floor to the shoulders, and now I'm making it a little bit more dynamic. So going to hook grip, so it's more ideal now that you're into your hook grip. I can still do these with normal, say, CrossFit shoes on, but if you do these in Olympic weightlifting shoes, it'll be a little bit easier. So hook grip, chest up, eyes forward, push through the floor, pull, go into the toe. Then the floating, remember, just staying off the floor, not going all the way down, drive up, catch. Back down to the floor, resting. Breathe in, chest up, push, shrug onto the toe. Go down, floating, drive up, catch. And again, breathe, push, shrug. Nice and slow, then drive up, catch. From the side view, should be quite hard, should be quite fatiguing. Push, shrug, just on the toe a little bit. Floating, stay over the bar, arms stay loose. Drive, shrug, catch. Back down, push, shrug. Over, up, catch. One more. Here, back down, pull, up. So even for me, it's quite fatiguing, it's a lot of tension. It teaches you the movement pattern that I want to see, and really helps kind of bring together and giving you smaller steps towards that full clean. So by the end of this program, when you get to a full clean, it shouldn't feel too scary or overwhelming because of how much power cleaning you've done, how many other accessory movements you've done. I want you to feel confident, and that each stage is a little bit harder, but not so hard that you feel overwhelmed. That's the main focus. With the common mistakes, you'll probably see a theme. A lot of the mistakes just kind of bleed down from the initial video. So the initial clean pull video is the longest because that's where I touch over everything from the start. And now a lot of these things, if you have issues from there, just kind of bleed down, you know, bending the arms too early, not having the knees in the ideal place. I don't like saying correct place because you can kind of get away with there being a bit of deviation with technique. Early arm bends, looking down, not looking up, not opening up your chest. So a lot of these mistakes you see in the starting bit, and then I just reinforce those each time. So just to go over again, you know, if you're looking down, if you're like this, you know, it's not ideal for when you do the pull, for example. I want you to be open, chest up, extended. Feet more in that squat stance, not too narrow like this. So just touching over those points again. Go into hook grip, arms stay relaxed, elbows pointed out. Feel the inside of the knee touch on the outside of the elbow, or the inside of the elbow touch on the outside of the knee. I know it's a lot. These things are just more habit for me now. And I just want you to, when you go down your starting position, I just want you to feel like, okay, I've gone over this so much, this is what it's meant to feel like. I don't have to think about it all, but this is where I want to be. Now, with this movement, again, don't rush the pull. Take that with like a slower pace, but then you can build a bit of speed for the floating power clean. So go into that setup, pull, go onto the toe. Floating now, nice and control on the way down, drive up, catch. Cool. With the pull, I'm introducing the feet now. You don't need to get super tall on the toes, just getting the heels off slightly, pushing through the ball of your foot. Just reinforcing this as well, just why I think about it. The reason why I got you to stay flat feet for longer is because when you do a clean, you should stay as flat as you can for the most amount of time. Only coming onto the toes around mid-thigh to the hip position. That's when you come onto the toes. A lot of people tend to push, get to the second phase of the pull, and start going to the toes too soon. So I reinforce the flat foot because that's really important later on when you are doing your full clean, that you stay for as flat as long as you can. But now we can get that last little bit and we can go onto the toes for this part. Yeah, same things. Don't bend the arms too early, for example. So if you're here, don't bend the arms and then shrug, or don't start shrugged like this and then wonder why it's hard to shrug at the top. I want you to feel, if you can see from the side, chest up, arms along. Remember, when you hold onto the bar, you push through your legs to take the tension. So I'm pushing with my legs like 5–10%, arms like rope, up, shrug. And that's what I want to see, not pulling with the arms, shrugging too soon, and then like this as you then try to extend. So one pull, up, floating. I like the floating again because it teaches the position of keeping the tension through your back and the legs. And then just off the floor, drive up, shrug, catch in that power position. Yeah, getting more complicated now. Hopefully you're feeling that I've set you up to feel quite comfortable with this. Does not need to be super heavy. I'm already a bit out of breath. It's quite challenging. And yeah, just reinforces those positions. It's a great way with complexes, because you're spending more time under tension, you can really get the hang of it. You know, as I said in previous videos, if you just spend time in the movement, if you're an Olympic lifting coach, if you coach any sort of movements, if you can get people to spend time in the critical areas for longer, then they're gonna really see the benefits. And with the variations I provide, these are not the only variations. I'll come out with more stuff, but I didn't want to make it too complicated either. So I wanted to give you 10 steps to go to a full clean. I'm not going to give you all the information that's out there. There's other things I'll show you, such as halting cleans, pause, pulls, panda pulls, other things like that. Don't be overwhelmed by it all. Give yourself time to marinate in it and sit with it and just kind of understand it. Work on this, slow with the pull, control it, and then control down for the floating, then drive up, catch, elbows through. Same things we've worked on for the previous positions, but now instead of going to the hang on the previous one, you're going to the floating where you're just going a bit lower down.